Hey guys, Barbara here. Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. I've sat down at least 3 or 4 times over the past couple of weeks trying to make this video, but each time I would scrap the recording because I just felt like I wasn't staying on topic. I think it's because I really wanted this video to be a review, but I also feel like I don't have enough information to let it be a legit review. So although I'm going to file this under the review section at my channel, this is really going to be a sit-down chit-chat just to share some information with you guys. So some of you may or may not know that I am a published author. Self-published, of course, but nevertheless published. Now, I became a published author twice before I started my YouTube career. As a matter of fact, I started a cooking channel because I wanted to have a means to sell my cookbook. The first book that I published is this one, back in 2010. It's called The Small Change Diet, How I Broke the Curse of Obesity by Making Small Changes. And no, it's not a diet book. It's just me telling the story of my weight gain and weight loss, and because I've been overweight since I was 10. So I just told the long journey, and I told all the things that I had gone through in trying to lose weight and trying to keep it off. So that's what this book was about. And basically that's what everybody will tell you when you want to write a book, write on a topic that you know a lot about so that you can get out all the information. So in order to do this book, I had to come up with $1,000. So of course, you know who came to the rescue? My mom. She came up with $1,000 and she gave it to me to go with Xlibris because that's what the business associate told me. That's who the business associate told me to go with. And they actually produced this book. This is the hardcover. They did a soft cover. I can't find it anywhere, of course. This book, actually has this dust thing. I call it like a dust ruffle. They said that they did the book cover for me, but actually I did the book cover myself because, look at it. You guys can tell I did it myself, right? Joshua kind of cut out this fat picture and just kind of inserted it there. I sent them these pictures and they kind of set it around on the book cover like this, and pretty much that's what they came up with. The background of this book cover, let me show you guys something unique. See all the bush in the background? That's actually a bridge that my dad's dad, my grandfather, moved from England to Belize to go help build. So that was like so important to me, and it's talking about a journey and yada yada. Anyways, this book came out 8 months. I was trying to sell this book, guys. I only sold like 50 books because when you publish with Xlibris, they're kind of expensive when you have to buy your books from them to sell. So the soft cover was $12.79 because I could only buy from 20 to 50 books because I was broke. And then the hardcover was like 17 something. So I never sold any of these. This is the only hardcover that was ever made, I think. And I say I think because I actually gave them distribution rights to distribute the books through Amazon and Barnes and Noble and so on and so on. They said they would pay out residuals. They paid out the residuals like every 90 days. It was like $6. So it was hardly anything. And of course, their explanation was that I was an unknown author, so that's why I wasn't getting big residuals. So basically, I was just kind of surviving off of selling the book. So at that point, my cookbook was ready. I was, fiddling around with the recipes for like 3 years, and I felt like I had all the recipes I needed and the book was ready. So I Googled, how do I publish a cookbook? Because I thought that would be different than this book, right? Because this book had to be formatted. For the $1,000, they did cover formatting the book, and they covered registering the book, getting me my ISBN number and so on and so on. So, but I am the owner and the publisher of this book. They just printed for me and they did all that legwork, right? So when I Googled how to do the cookbook, I found this program called Cook's Palette. And it's actually a software that you put in the computer. One side has data entry, the next side has a publishing side. And you just kind of mess around in the data entry side the whole time until you're done inputting all your recipes, all the ingredients and the method. And when you think you have it right, then you move it over to the publishing side and then you put your book together. So like when you're first doing the data entry, your recipes will show up alphabetically under the name of the book that you name it, right? And then when you actually take it over to the publishing side, then you can start making the chapters accordingly, like all quick breads, all, breads, all entrees, all desserts. You get the idea, right? So now the program that I bought was actually expensive and it was very, very hard to learn. It was not user friendly. And I had to call the manufacturers or the distributors. I don't know if they make it or they just distribute it several times for them to walk me through different stages of it. And then eventually I learned it to the point that I wanted to make YouTube videos showing how to use the program. But I really never got around to it because I was too busy doing the book. So eventually, after about 6 months of putting in the data, I transferred the book over to the publishing side and I got my book together and I sent it to them. And for $100, they registered it by getting the ISBN number and stuff. So I was like, oh my God, this is way less than this $1,000, right? Now the company that does all of this, the one that owns Cook Palette, Cook's Palette, and the one that actually publishes the book is called Author Inc. The author, like, you know, somebody who writes. So they didn't do any kind of designing of the book cover. So they sent me to an associate of theirs, really nice lady. And for, I think, $300, she did this. I gave her all the pictures. Now, keep in mind, the first 6 pictures are free, but the rest I had to pay more for it. And I wanted all these pictures to go around the opening like this. I'm the one that picked the bright yellow color because I know yellow sells. I named it Beans and Rice and Jesus Christ because of a running joke that we had here in the family all the time. I put this in the back. Joshua did this glass. And pretty much this was my book. I put stories in it. I put little tricks and tip. I put, you know, wisdom that I learned about curing acid reflux disease. I tried really hard to throw everything at this book. So now when I went to publish this book, I was getting really, really friendly with the owners at Author Inc. because I had to call them so many times about that program, right? So I think we really built a good rapport. So at that point, I told them, yes, go ahead and distribute my book through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, everywhere where books are sold online. So this is the book that he has to sell because Amazon does not accept books that are spiral bound unless it's like tucked inside of a binder that doesn't have the spiral showing. And also they do not accept books. Well, they used to, but at the time that I did my book, they do not accept this, which is like part color, part black and white book. It's full black and white or full color, and I can't afford full color, of course. So this guy has to sell this book, the guy from Author Inc. Let me find a black and white photo. Who wants a black and white photo with some hot cross buns, right? So this is what he's selling. I gave him permission to sell this because he was going to share the residuals with me. So fast forward to 8 months in, this is back in 2012. I didn't get nary a check. At least from Xlibris, I was getting like a $6 check every 90 days, right? So my mom told me to call him and ask him. So I called, and you know, sometimes you don't want to call and ask because now you've developed a friendship and so on. So I called and I said, hey, none of the books sold. I'm not getting any money. And then he says, well, let me check with that department. Honestly, guys, I don't think they have departments. I think it's him and his wife, allegedly, because I don't have any proof, but I think that's what's going on. Within a week or so, they cut me a check for $60, and that's all she wrote. Never got another dime from them. Don't think I didn't ask. I would go at least every year and say, hey, no money? And his response would always be, hey, you're an unknown author, and that's why a lot of the books will not sell, and you have to have like a certain payout for Amazon, yada, yada. Now I find out that that's all a bunch of horsepucky or poppycock, because my payout at Amazon for being an influencer, and before this I was an affiliate, is $10. So I haven't even met that criteria of $10, right? So anyways, I later did go back to him, like within a few months after doing the cookbook, and had him republish my Small Change Diet book. It's the same book, just a different cover now that I had the same lady design. And I very much like this book way, way better because of this beautiful cover design. So I also allowed him to distribute this through Amazon and Barnes & Noble and so on and so on. This is all online, right? Later on in 2014, I had him do a book for Jada, and I did not allow him to distribute this because by then I still wasn't getting any money off of these books. So fast forward to a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was talking in one of my live videos, and somebody asked me if I would ever consider publishing another book, and I said no. And I said, why? I said, I'm not getting residuals. I don't like the book that he's selling at Amazon. I don't know how to retire the book off of Amazon. I would really like to sell my own book, but I don't like that black and white book. I don't like that it's perfect bound. I want to control my brand. At that point, a viewer that has become like family to me texted me some information that she had from behind the scenes because she is an Amazon seller. And she says there's a software that we use as a seller that tells you how much of the items are selling and how much people are making. It's not 100% accurate, but it's accurate enough. And so she told me what the man was making off of my book. In January, he made like $2,600. In February, he made like $3,500. That pretty much brought me to rage and tears because at least $1,000 out of that money should have been mine. Can you guys see what a difference that would make in my life right now? And for this man to just keep on taking this money and telling me lies that the books are not selling. So I made sure that I was calm first. I waited a few days and then I contacted him. And of course, Since I'd say 2016, I've been asking him to take the book off of Amazon. Originally, it's because I was being trained by someone, I was being trained in marketing by someone, and he told me to take the book back from him and let me sell my book myself on Amazon so I can get the whole profit and he wouldn't get any of it. So he would tell me he would go check on that. He says, you're the first client that's asked us to do that, and I don't know how to do that. And he never got back in touch with me. So since then, since 2016, like around March 2016, he's been hiding from me. Every time I call him to purchase books, I have to call and leave a message to tell him that I want to purchase books. And that's the only way he calls me back, because he knows he's going to get an order for like 50 books, right? Because I have to buy 50 at a time. So finally, it was near the time for me to buy books again. So I called him up and he answered the phone. He was playing hide and go seek at first. And when he answered the phone, I pretty much laid into him right away. I didn't tell him what I knew. I just told him that I needed to get paid off of my books because his customers were calling me, because I have my number published at my website, and they were calling me complaining that the book that I'm advertising, which is this one, this is one that I always advertise at my show, is not the book that they receive when they buy it through Amazon. And so I said, I'm dealing with your customer service and I'm not getting any kind of money. I said, I have proof that the books are being sold because people are actually calling me complaining, and this was true. I wasn't lying. So he says, I'm going to look into that. And of course, I haven't heard from him. It's been over 10 days. So what I'm going to do now is send him a cease and desist letter saying I want the books taken down off of Amazon. I'm going to give him 30 days to take it down. And if he doesn't, then I'll go to Amazon and see how I can retire my book from Amazon, because I don't want this man making any money off of me. So that's why this video, I wanted it to be a review to tell you how to go about getting your books published. But then I realized I don't have enough information to really tell you that, because I've been cheated twice by 2 different companies. And so what can I teach you? You know, but I still wanted to talk about the topic because I really feel like a lot of self-published authors actually are going through this. And maybe this can be the start of something to where you guys can come and tell me in the comments below if you've been, cheated out of your residuals by other companies and which company cheated you. I'm going to put it out here. It's Xlibris and Author Inc. so far that I feel have cheated me, because I have not received any residuals from them. Author Inc., like I told you, it's $60 one time in 6 years and nothing else. So I would never go back to them to publish another book, but I really do want to redo my book. So one of the viewers told me about this company right here, Morris Cookbooks, and I sent away for this free publishing kit. I'm going through it right now to see if they can help me. Maybe I'll republish this book and then do another one. Or maybe I'll just retire this book completely and just pick a different title and just put all the recipes that I want to put in a different cookbook. And I also want to publish another book too, a more spiritual book about my mom and her passing and stuff like that. So I really want to get back into my book writing career, but I need to know some more information about publishing. So if you know a lot of information about publishing, would you share it for me here in the description below? And as I find out more about this, I will come back and I will give you more information about this. So that's why I couldn't do the video, because one spell I was going off the beaten path telling you guys how to write the book. And if that's something that you guys want to see in the future, if you want me to make a video teaching you how to write a book, please let me know that and I'll make a separate video and put it here for you. But this book is about the publishing end and how I pretty much got screwed twice and the lesson that I've learned. The one important lesson that I've learned, no matter who I go with, if I go with these people or somebody else, because I have to be self-published because I'm not big enough to have an author come on. I'm not an author, a publisher come on. The one important lesson that I have learned is never allow them to distribute your book. Don't give them distribution rights, because they will always cheat you. That's like the wolf mining the hen house, all right? They will not give you the money. How can you keep tabs on how much they're really selling? Even if I present this information that the young lady gave me about the Amazon sales, he's going to say it's a lie. He's going to say that thing's not legit. What are you talking about? No, none of your books have sold. I'm going to ask him for a spreadsheet of what all he sold over the past 6 months. I mean, not 6 months, 6 years. I don't even know what I'm going to get from him. I already know that all the money he stole from me is dead and gone. I just want to stop him from making new money. So that's why I've been so upset over the past 2-3 weeks, and you guys hear me talk about it at my vlog. And I just wanted to make a separate video to tell you guys what I've gone through, what I'm going to do next, and hopefully, to tell you guys, don't let anybody distribute your book. distribute it yourself. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what I've produced, give the video a thumbs up for me. Please share it. Please comment below to let me know if you've gone through something like this and what you've done to correct it. And let's band together and try to stop these wolf type publishers from cheating talented authors out of their money. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, I have an update for you. I just got through recording this video yesterday when this came in the mail today. This is from Author Inc. This is the company that has 2 of my books, the cookbook and the second version of the Small Change Diet book. The amount is for $688.80. The memo says 2017 book royalties. Keep in mind that I published my book with this company back in 2011, well, both my books, and in 8 months they gave me a $60 check, like I said earlier in the video. And this says for 2017. So what's happening for 2013, 14, 15, and 16? All that money is dead and gone. So after this clears, I'm going to see if I can cash it out for cash first at their bank, which is Citizens Bank. And if I can't, I'll deposit it into my account and make sure it clears. And then I'll send a cease and desist for him not to distribute my books anymore on Amazon, because I know that I will have to chase after him every year to get a little measly money. I will reveal to him what my friend has shown me, that I know what he's making through Amazon, and I'll see what his response will be. So I'm sure I'll be making a second video to update you on all this, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.